give it a couple seconds. I don't give no more than about 2 minutes. If you ain't tuned in 2 minutes, you wasn't trying to tune in. We on prompt time. Um, for the
CP
love of
time
business. No, no, no. We definitely not on CP time.
all the
For
time.
no, never. For the love of businesses, we got to do better. We got to do better. I'm trying to make sure it's on Facebook. It should be like we should be good. All right, we live. As long as we on Facebook, I know. I just tune in, make sure we good.
Mhm.
Let me get this down. Got the little phone up that thing. It's gonna be any little vibration is gonna make some noise. So wait a couple seconds and then I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. But I love it though. I love the fact that I want to have women on here until the end of the year.
Well, I know a lot of women. What kind
Yeah,
of
I want
women
to.
you need on here? What kind of
Yeah,
women
no,
you
I just I definitely do. I want to make sure I have like women that's doing their thing, like any type of information. The main thing is that we getting information to the people, and after I'm done doing this, I usually what I try to do is I break take off a couple key points and I put it on like Instagram and things like that. I just try to take off those key points, So if I can pull two or three good clips out of here, is good. Like, and I try to keep the clips between 30 seconds and a minute. If I can get a few of them, if I can get 10 of them, I break off 10 of them, but
right?
um that get people to see what's going on because sometimes people not tuned into the live. They think that you got people going live just to hear they self talk. So everybody not always tuning in to the live. So we got a few people in. So why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Veronica Johnson, the Director of Certification with Great Lakes Women's Business Council. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And you guys know me. I am Alvin Hill, the CEO of Real Life Business Solutions and Gifted and Talented LLC. But we here on Real Life Business today. S-
Mhm.
So
I'm
let's
excited.
so let's get into the Great Lakes Women's Council. Let's dispel the rumors. Let's talk about the whole company.
Okay, so I'll just start from the beginning, right? Just give you a little bit of information, background. We started in 1984. We are a nonprofit out of Livonia. We're right at 96 in Farmington. We have four major key elements that make us whole. We have our lending program where we give out small business loans from 5,000 up to 250,000 to startups and existing businesses. And our key people that we work with there are the ones that can't necessarily go and get traditional funding. So if you can't go to a lot of banks, don't really like startup companies, as we all know. Depending on what type of industry your business in, it may be hard for you to get a traditional loan. Your personal credit sometimes weighs in on your loans. Our loans look at completely different things for that. And so we normally, that's kind of our sweet spot is we work with the people that can't get the traditional loan. So we have a whole lending team of six. They are beyond phenomenal. I can definitely drop contact information. I'll give that all over to Alvin. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can have contact information to contact them. We have our Women's Business Center, which is a center where we educate and teach women owned businesses how to manage and operate their businesses. So you can go and talk to somebody on that team to learn about your capability statements, your how to process your financials, how to do your elevator pitch. They teach you all of that stuff. So it's a great program. Within that program, there's a Michigan Women's Marketplace, which is a free online incentive for women-owned businesses to go. It's absolutely free to join. You put in your company's information, you log on. It's thousands and thousands of women-owned businesses that I've seen relationships built out of that program. I've seen contracts given, all kind of stuff. And then we have our membership program, which if you want to be a part of the council, but maybe you don't necessarily fit the qualifications for a certification or you're not ready for a loan, you can join our council for a $50 annual fee and you'll still be invited to all of our events and things like that. Or if you're a corporation that has some type of like business inclusion, you want to work with women on businesses, you can join our corporation membership through that program. And then you have my program, which is certification. And what we do is we help the women get certified to offer them to help them get procurement contracts. So if you have a product or a service that you're looking to put into major corporation, retail stores, I always use automotive industry. So if you're a manufacturing of nuts and bolts, or you are even the trinkets that you can put companies' logos on shirts or water bottles, you'll be surprised. All of the corporations need those types of things. They want to work with women-owned businesses. They have quotas to hit that they need to work with women-owned businesses, and my certification will allow you to get open opportunity to bid for some of those contracts. So that's the council on a whole. I know it's a lot,
Oh, no,
but
no, no, I love it. I love it. No, because the council started in '84 and Big Jackpot was born in '84. So no, listen, though.
I was born in
No,
'83.
that's what's up. So no, listen, y'all. If y'all heard everything that she said, it's no reason that people not reaching out to her. If you are a woman-owned business, you have no it's nothing stopping you from reaching out to Veronica and inboxing her and saying what you have going on. She's not a person that's hard to deal with. She's not a person that's made it to where she's hard to get in contact with. This is what we trying to do with this show, y'all. I don't want to pump myself up too much, but I haven't seen too many people interviewing Veronica. I see a lot of bandwagon chasing around the city, and you have to get tapped into real resources, y'all. And I want to tap y'all into some real resources. And real resources aren't free. And this is something that you can tap into for free just to get in the network. And it's a $50 charge for a yearly membership to be actually invited to these events to be able to network, and then the certification is not $1 million either. Like to get these certifications and to be able to bid on these contracts, like if you have to spend $2,000, let's say, I'm throwing out a number. I'm gonna let her get into that. Y'all can get into pricing as y'all talk to the side. I don't want to run nobody away. But let's say you had to spend $2,000 to get a $50,000 contract that you actually took home $18,000. Let's say it cost you 32,000 to actually make the 50,000, and you're taking home $18,000 or whatever. So with the 2,000 going, you just profited $16,000 from one government contract, from one business contract, from just one contract. And who's to say you don't get 10 of these contracts in a year? And these are people that's actually looking for women-owned businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
So
people that go ahead.
yeah, I mean, it all works on how you want it to work, right? We offer two different certifications. We have our WBE, which is our Women Business Enterprise certification. So that's a certification like if you have a product and you want to put it in Walmart. Walmart is a huge supporter of our women. They have women product all throughout. We have Schmied, we have CLR, the cleaning product that's woman owned. If you look on the back of those products, you will see our woman owned logo on the back of all the products in the store that are woman owned, that are certified through our organization. So if you wanted to do that, you can do that. There's if you have, again, depend, again, that's the bigger companies, but if you're a manufacturer of nuts and bolts and you're trying to get a contract to be providing your nuts and bolts to Ford, then there's programs that we can put you through to help you to get ready to go after. Maybe you're not big enough yet. We have WBEs that are a little bit larger, that are willing to help smaller businesses. You guys can do a joint venture and go after larger contracts. So we teach you all of that. It's just not about getting a certificate. Like, oh, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you contracts just because you're certified. So let's clear that up. No certification is going to absolutely guarantee you contracts. You have to work for it, and the council is here to back you up with whatever weaknesses or whatever strengths you may have. We can help strengthen them, or whatever weaknesses you can have, we can make some of your strengths. So we're here to just kind of be a backing to help you to grow all around, not just because of the certification. So
That's what's up. So, in your experience, what type of entrepreneurs are successful in the certification process, and what type of people don't quite make it through?
mm, let's see, I've been with the council for 16 years. So I've seen all kind of businesses come and be successful. I've seen again, I have to go. I don't know. There's a one of my favorite WBEs to talk about is La Host. She has a product. She's all over Facebook. A lot of people probably use her hair product. She does wigs. So you would think like, really, she does wigs? Like, okay, like, but she came to us. She got certified. She made a product. She does the Tangler shampoo. She got her products into one Walmart store here. And then they fell in love with it. They liked it. They then put her in hundreds of Walmart stores. And now she's actually in Las Vegas, where she's all the Walmarts in Vegas. She has a salon like in the Walmart. So it
Mhm.
can grow, for you over time. I've seen, I mean, everybody, I've seen lawyers use our certification because they do a lot of corporate lawyer laws and stuff like that. So the corporations hire them to help
Mhm.
them to fight with people, clients that owe them money or whatever have you. And so I've watched them grow during the certification. I have a company that is like an adult daycare. She's doing phenomenal. I have people in the healthcare, like medical billing people. We got like it ranges. It's all over the place. I haven't seen the only people that haven't done really well, I would say, with the certification would be like child daycare services. I've seen some come in, but you have to offer something more than just dropping your child off at the daycare, right? So I do have one that is successful, but she put a spin on things where she is like a corporate daycare. So she goes, a lot of the corporates will send their workers from New York to Chicago to Florida for events and things like that. A lot of them are single moms or moms, working moms. So she's been hired by the corporations to go with the team to watch their kids while they're doing business, right? So you have to figure out the programming behind that, what's needed, how many people may be needed to do things like that. So again, that's things that the council can help you to kind of bring out. But that would be like the only industry that I would say. Or if you have a husband or a boyfriend or somebody that won't give you the 51% ownership that's required and allow you to manage and operate and control the company, not only on a day-to-day basis, but through your corporate and LLC, like documentation. Those ones don't seem to make it, but everybody else, it's really how much you put, like the efforts that people put into it. I've seen people come in with pens, like writing pens, that are doing phenomenal. Like it really just
Mm,
it depends on the person and the drive of the person.
that's what's up. So, what's the typical timeline of the certification process?
The system will tell you 90 days. My team, we have an average of about 45 days
Oh,
from the time you submit the application, if it's complete. So if my assistant doesn't have to go back and forth with you to get the documents to make sure everything is a good to go, then those women normally see like a 45-day turnaround. So
oh, that's the application. I'm saying how long is the actual certification? Like, it's a real program, right?
yes, and it's an annual certification. So you recertify like every year.
Okay.
Um, but the certification is just a process. You fill out the
Oh,
application,
okay.
you upload your documents. We do a thorough review to make sure that you are in compliance. We do a site visit. So we're going to meet with the female owner. We're going to ask her a lot of questions to make sure that she's the one managing, operating, controlling the business. And then we will grant you certification. Once you're granted certification, you then get your certificate. You can have access to our logo. You can do mail press releases through the system. You'll have access to the system, which is one of the biggest benefits of being certified. Is we have just here in Michigan and Indiana, our territory, we cover Michigan and Indiana. So me and my team cover Michigan and Indiana. Your certification through us, though, is national. So you're nationally certified. So you can go and do work down in Texas. If you have people and, contracting opportunities down there, you're able to go and bid for those contracts with our certification. Um, but we cover here in Michigan and Indiana. So we have 1,500 certified WBs just in our region, right? And
Mm,
so once you get certified, you'll have access to all of their 17, almost 18,000 national WBEs. So you'll have access to the list nationally. So if you are a person that does the promotional items and you make the trinkets and the magnets with the logos and stuff like that, then you can push your company to just about all of the certified WBEs because any company may need some promotional product, right? Like business cards, pens. I mean, if you have access to do that's your business, then you can push your business to anyone that's certified. And then you also have access to like all of the corporate members too. So anyone that pays us a fee to join our council, So you can go on there, you can pull up the buyers of the people that's responsible for finding suppliers, right? Um, you can go on there and you can pull up the contact information for the buyers of Ford, the buyers of Walmart, the buyers of Meyer, and kind of reach out to them to build relationships yourself. So that's probably the biggest benefit I would think. Um, and then just being in we do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of events, a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of WBE business to business type events that we put on. So we try to really keep you on the face with each other. A lot of the women are working together to build something bigger. So the relationship part that you're going to build regardless through the council is, and right now we're doing we're offering like $150 off the certification fee, and it ranges depending on your revenue. It's $350 up to $1,250. So nowhere near $2,000. So you don't have to worry about spending $2,000. But we're offering up to $150 off of that. So if you are
Yeah.
at the 350 range, which most the newbies coming in are because they're under $1 million in revenue, you'll get the certification for $200. But taking just one of our courses that we offer for free after you get certified, the knowledge that you're going to gain from that is going to be well worth the $200 that you won't even realize that you spent $200 because you're going to, you'll know so much more than you did just before coming in to get certified. So
That's what's up. Look, I ain't want to throw no prices out there. That's what I'm saying. I ain't want to say 2,000. It was 20 either.
no,
So
no,
I'm glad you
no,
cleared that up. No.
nowhere near
So it's
20,000.
so it's so the certifications are only between $350 and $1,250. That's the price range, and
Yeah,
that's based on the income of the business.
the
Is it
revenue.
the revenue? Okay, so
Yeah,
it's not gross. It's the net revenue, right?
there's gross revenue,
It's gross
but
revenue.
it's
Okay.
from like 1 million and under is 350. So a lot of the newbies that come in that I talk to, they fall within that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
under a million,
$1,000,000.
I mean, $1 million
I
when
mean,
you make $1
they
million,
ain't gonna tell.
that's a lot of money, right?
They ain't gonna tell
But
Facebook they ain't making $1,000,000, but
right, that's right. Like no, when we see
no,
that tax
yeah,
return,
we see that tax
we see the
return, bro.
real you.
We seen that
But
$20,000 claim, man. Go and give us that
right,
350.
yes, yes,
So
yes, yes. But I've seen people creep up within like 2 years of being certified. They come in maybe with depends on the type of business. They may be already at $5,000, you
mhm,
know, creeping up. They come to our events, they take our classes, they learn new things. We see them the next year they come in, now they're at 75,000. Then we see
yeah.
them come in again, they're at 150,000. So they naturally, genuinely like creep up through the years of being certified. Their revenue normally increases if they use it right.
Yeah, that's where any type of knowledge you should make more money. I seen so is the lady that you were talking about with the wigs, that's her and her husband, right?
Yep, it's hate.
Okay, yeah, I seen her on the news. I seen her on the
Yeah,
news, and she was saying she was moving out to Vegas and taking because they had like a wig shop in, was it Royal Oak Park or somewhere?
Ferndale. You're in
Ferndale. Okay,
Ferndale,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what's up. So I didn't even, put the two together, but it would make sense that she would need the certification to be in Walmarts and all of the things that she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I seen her talking about on the news, and they literally took off,
Took
took
off.
off.
And yes, and she came to me years and years ago. She was one that got certified, didn't apply it. She was like, "Oh, I got certified. Oh, I got my certificate. It's going to get me contracts," and it didn't. Right, but she didn't come to any events. She didn't come to any other classes. She didn't connect with the staff, and so she let it lapse. She was like, "I don't want it no more. It's not doing nothing for me." But da 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 da. So she just kept continuing to do her business, and then she started to see like everywhere I go, they're asking, "Do I have this WBE certification?" Like it's on all the real contracting opportunities. They're asking, like, "Do you have WBE certification?" She's like, "I let it lapse." So she came back a second time. We
Mhm.
recertified her, and then she actually came. She was taking. We have pitch contests through our organization where we give out, we do pitches. You get in front of people, you do your pitch. Um, we select the winner. 9 times out of 10, there's a cash prize for those types of things. So she came and did some of those. She won every single one. Then she went on to a national level. And then it was just like Walmart was like, "Oh my God, we love her energy." So then it just kind of just, but it all started from her coming back, getting involved with the council, actually attending the events that we had, When she was able to start sponsoring, she started sponsoring some of our events. So then that just got her more exposure because we put her logo and stuff on all of our stuff. So it was just a work in progress. And now she's in Vegas. She had to switch councils that she's certified with because we don't cover that territory no more. But she is still certified nationally our with WeBank is what it's called. So if any of you have heard of WeBank certification, that's who we certify for. But it's just service through our RPO is what they're called. So
Oh, that's what's up. It's like a regional office.
yep,
That's
we're the
what
regional. Yep, we're the
yeah,
regional partner. Yep,
yeah.
exactly. Exactly
So
how it is.
yeah, that's what RPO stand for, regional partner office or something.
A
You know,
regional
I'll be
partner organization.
yeah, you know, I'll
Yeah,
be
I know you be
freestyling,
trying
so
to
I'll
figure
try
out
to
all
figure it
the
out. Yeah, I want to figure out all the juice.
all the
So
acronyms. Yeah.
yeah, I want to know all the acronyms because that make you seem smart when you're like, yeah, because the regional, the RPO don't sound as nice as the regional partner office, like whatever. It's
Hmm.
a regional partner organization. It sounds like you know something. People, the smallest things could win people over, but like people so impressed with like the semantics of stuff. Like you're like, no,
Right.
dog, like that's cool, but it's no difference. So um so we talked about the benefits, we talked about the actual process,
Hmm.
and we talked about your tenure at the company. Now let's talk a little bit about your own entrepreneurship.
Oh, so my entrepreneurship is I own a company called Rider Chick ENT, so Rider Chick Enterprises. And what I do is I help people to start up their businesses. Um, so that it's not a conflict. Like I don't do a lot of business consulting when it's time to get you ready for certification. I then would turn you over to someone through our organization. But if you haven't filed your business, your LLC, your DUNS number, all that type of counseling, I can do that for you before, just kind of help you get things ready. And then once you are ready to or interested in certification, then at that time I completely cut you off. And then you would just have to go through the council, right? Because I can't get you
Yeah,
certified and be your counselor. So
yeah,
I have to cut it off at some point. But that's just what I do. It's a lot of people that don't know. I've run into a lot of people just out and about. I go to a lot of these just I try to put myself out there, go to a lot of like little trade shows. I have one of my teammates through Great Lakes. We work well outside of Great Lakes too. Um, she's on like Eventbrite, finding all these different like types of events. So we're just trying
that's
to
what's
get
up.
out there, and we're surprised at how many people be at these pop-up shops, and they
Hmm.
have hobbies, and they're making cakes, and they're making um they're making little trinkets, and they don't have LLCs or corporate, like they just, and I'm like, you out here, you got business cards, you done got your logo, you have a website, but you have not filed not a paperwork with the state. And so those seem to be like the people that I attach myself to and attract myself to say like, let's make it legal. You should be claiming it on your taxes. You've been doing this for 13 years. You've never filed anything on your taxes. Like, no, because you don't even have an
Mm,
EIN number. Like, it's amazing to me to
yeah.
know and see how many people just don't understand the importance of being legit and being legal and filing stuff correctly. And it's a lot of work up front, but it ends up being the reward in the long run. So
And
that's
it already just not having it together already disqualify you for things like the certification. Like the things that you need done, you can't even get done because you haven't took the first step or two to
it.
actually be a
Hmm.
legitimate business. So um with with the pop-up shops and the different things that you are visiting and actually seeing that a lot of people don't have the basics. Is it like disheartening? Like I've only been to a few pop-up shops, and I spoke at like maybe like 4 of them this year, and it's like literally the people that need the LLCs aren't like, "Hey, I need an LLC." It's like an embarrassed thing, and you like, "Dude, it's nothing to be embarrassed about." Like, you have to start somewhere, and I deal with the same thing in doing credit repair. A lot of people like, "Man, I'd rather deal with the big lawyers and pay them more money because they don't know me personally." But I'm not a person that's sitting around talking about nobody credit, even to my woman. I'm not about to, sit about, I might be like,
Right.
I might say, well, I had a client and they only had a 500. I got them to a 700 or something, but I'm not sitting around like, that one person, yeah, they credit score you know what I mean? Even in
Right.
my house,
Right.
I'm not talking about it, but people don't understand that part of being a business owner is actually having to let somebody in to help you. Like
Right.
no matter what, if you deal with any type of consulting, you have to let somebody in your business. And it may be a little embarrassing that things aren't, as put together as you would, you know, put off to be. Like you say, you got business cards, flyers, logos, you got a website, you got all of this stuff, but you don't have the basics. And when I was just doing music consulting, I went to a guy's studio and he had a whole record label. I got a label. I got a label, Nep got a label, but I'm like the only artist on my label. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this guy
Right.
actually had other artists signed to his label, and he had a whole studio that he was recording these guys at. He had a backdrop, and the backdrop had Hustle Hard on it. And when I seen it, I immediately told him, because I was there to help him get his LLC and everything. And I said, "Man, we're gonna have to change the name." And he like, "Wow!" He had a logo, he had everything. And
Mhm.
I pulled up Mano, and he had Hustle Hard Entertainment. I'm like, "Listen, man, it's already a big label now."
Mhm.
And he was like, "Oh man," I said, "Listen, man, a simple Google check would have saved
Would've
you."
told you that.
A simple Google check. Now, sometimes you have these other local labels that's operating outside of Michigan or outside of somewhere, and when you file your LLC, you don't actually get that alert or whatever.
Right.
But a simple Google check would have stopped that one. Like, you got backdrops designed, and I'm telling you, logos, t-shirts, and hoodies and hats. He had so much stuff. And it was like literally, he was like, "Man, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna have to think of a name and we could get the LLC." But in doing these business pop-ups and all of that, I start realizing it's literally like the blind leading the blind almost. And it's to the point where you don't have anybody there saying, "Do it this way." You have the same people that's literally doing the exactly what you're doing, getting the logo, getting this because it looked good at the pop-up shop.
Yep.
And even with the logos, you see people getting the same type of logos, like the cartoonish looking logos, and
Mhm.
they picture doing in a cartoon and all of these things. And I've actually spoke and told people like, "You, that's not professional," and
No.
literally had somebody ready to fire on me.
Like, yeah, you can't put that on no t-shirt. You cannot put it, it's not gonna be printable. It's you can only use it for what your for business card and flyer type or maybe your website. But anything that like we have our great, it's simple, clean
That-
logos are the best
That's all you
logos.
need.
You can use them all
That's
types of
all you.
formats. Yeah,
Yep.
you get
You got
got
different
my
fonts.
daughter.
It's a thousand fonts now. You can
Yeah,
tweak a font out, and you may have two letters. I mean, two words. You can put one word in one font, one word in another font. And, just long as it's unique, you can put a letter through another letter or whatever. But
yeah.
and then it's not even hard to get logos now. You got people on Fiverr doing logos for $50,
Hmm.
like decent logos, like and then like even my logo, I got my logo done on, well, both for real life credit and real life business. I got it done on Fiverr, and I told them like, don't do none of that weird stuff.
Like I don't want none of that. I
I
send just
want
about every client that I have, I send them to Fiverr for their just freelance. I said they'll listen to you. You can really tell them go back and forth and try to really create
Yep,
one. And it's cheap. You
it's
know what I'm
cheap.
saying? 50, 60. I mean, you can pick your
Yep,
range and what you if you want to spend $100 on a logo,
yep,
they have people that are working that'll work for you for the $100. So you can
and
really get
yep,
what you want
and you can
and be
see
able to
they
use
prior
it
work.
on everything. That's what's important. Like you want to be able to use it for more than just it being cute. Now, if you have your trade show logo, I can say that one company that I worked with, they have like different. It's the same logo, but it's kind of like different in a way, so that it can be fun when it needs to be fun, but it can be plain when it needs to be plain too. But if you
Hmm.
look at it, it kind of you can tell like it's the same company. It's the same. It's just one logo is more like bubble letters and stuff like that, right? Just for that's what she uses at her trade show. She does cakes. So for her little stickers that she puts on her cakes and stuff, for like a funner logo. But the same logo just toned down a little bit is on her business card and stuff like that. So, that's always an option too. But you definitely need a logo that's just plain Jane, still can have a little bit of to it, but not, yes, I see cartoon heads and I'm like, what now? What is this? You cannot use
You
that.
get caterers with a picture of them holding a tray and
Yeah,
then holding a knife in this hand like this. You can't,
it's
like,
just not gonna
this
work.
does not equate.
It's
Like, So
But
I
that's a
I
logo
hate that.
maybe you can use for like your YouTube channel. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So you
yeah,
can
it's
have
fun.
different logos for
Yeah,
different stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, no, I see people just trying to use logos that the format should not be used on, you know.
It's a bad thing. So and that's the thing with like I said once again with consulting and helping businesses. And then a lot of times you come in and they feel like, who are you to tell me something? And I'm like, dude, I'm helping you. Like, I
Yeah.
swear I had a lady arguing with me at one, and it was the organizers. I think it was her mother-in-law, if I'm not mistaken. And she was apologizing me for the rest of the event. She apologized to me after the event because I told the mother-in-law, say, listen, that when I'm up there talking about business credibility, and I'm talking about getting business emails. And I'm like, listen, you cannot use these Google emails and say that this is a business email. I did something with my business credit over the weekend or maybe the end of the week. And sometimes I put in a real life business solutions email just to keep it fast. And they was like, no, we asking for a business email. Oh, it might have been Google. I was upgrading my Google business account, something.
Yeah,
They was like, no,
probably.
they were like, no, we're looking for a business email. And
Yeah.
I had to put in my jackpot at real life business solutions email or info at real life business solutions.com. But this particular mother-in-law, she was older, of course, but she was like, why ain't that a business email? My business email is such and such at yahoo.com. I said, no, ma'am, that's not a business email. Like your business email it contains your domain name. It's
Yeah.
whatever yeah, it could be, Veronica at greatlakeswomencouncil.com.
Right.
Like it's going to contain your domain name and .com because that's the way that the emails are forwarded. And you can get emails cloaked into that email. Like I have a bunch of emails that go to jackpot at real
Yeah.
life business. You know what I mean? I have info at reallifebusinesssolutions.com or service at reallifebusinesssolutions.com. They
Hmm.
all go to that one email. So you can set that up to where you don't need 20 different emails. It's like an umbrella email you can set up, but you have to have a business email. I always talk about the business credibility checklist with a lot of people because it's so important. No matter what you're doing, people look into your business. You need a website.
I was just gonna say that. Definitely. That social media is, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because of it, everybody's gonna come and check to see what you're doing on social media. That's just the nature of the beast. But I've seen Yahoo and Gmail emails stop people from getting loans or grants because they're like, okay, this is or contracts even with Walmart, because Walmart's going to check your website and the only website you got is your Instagram, and it's nothing updated on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just got to keep up with a lot of stuff. I mean, it could be time consuming. It is, but
It's really not though. It's literally get off of Facebook for a couple hours and edit a GoDaddy website.
yeah,
When I
that's
first when I first started Real Life Business Solutions last year, I had a GoDaddy website that looked like I spent $1,000, $1,500 on it. It literally came with my domain. It was a whole website template that I changed some colors. I mean, I took a few hours and made it look nice, but it was just
mhm,
a template website that I made look nice. I added all the information I needed. I added programs and different services and different things. And it took me maybe 4 or 5 hours one day and then probably 3 hours another day just to, put some icing on it. And I had good links on it. Like the website was great. I had a calendar on it that was hooked up to my Google business account, and different
yeah,
things. So
mhm,
yeah, so it take a little bit, but it is not that expensive. Like literally the domain may have been $20 for the year and the website came free with it. I just did one for somebody. He was actually on here when we started. He do car repairs. And I just did one for him through GoDaddy. And it was just basically a template site. He found one that he liked and he clicked that and he gave me the keys to drive. Look, man, just update this information for me. And I did it over a couple days. Like it's no excuse at this point because you're running a business and people don't want to hear the excuses.
right.
When you put in for that loan or you put in for those bids and they deny you, sometimes they don't even give you an explanation.
Yeah,
Most of the
and most
time in
of the time
business,
they don't.
no, they're not giving you an explanation. So
Mm-mm.
it's not like a personal credit check or whatever when they say no, you've been denied because you got too many loans out. You got this, in business, they will deny you for the slightest thing and you don't know why. You could get denied because you put in a phone number that's not registered with 411. If you're not listed with 411, they will deny you. That's not a business number,
Yeah.
technically.
Right.
Technically, that's not a business number. So you have people that have another phone. Oh, this is my business number. But if you haven't registered with 411, it's not a business number when they do a check. And it's free.
Yeah.
It's
It is
free.
free.
Getting a Dunn's number is free. Now Dunn's gonna call you and blow you up. They're gonna send a lawyer to you, tell you you need to read.
They do so much. I was like, what? They didn't used to do it that
They
much,
do
but
so
now
much,
it's like as soon as you get accepted, it's your phone. We can help you build your business credit, and you need this and this is this. I'm like,
man.
well, okay, well,
I
I've had a
tell
couple
every
times like, oh my God, I didn't know it was gonna cost me
yeah,
$955. I'm like,
no,
what did you
what did
do?
you
Like, I didn't tell you no, 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 no.
no?
Like, call them back. You don't need to spend no money. Like,
Listen,
no,
I just
it's for
finished my
free.
the business builder bundle I just put out. So I had to record uh two two different courses for it, like two little crash courses. So they like 25 minute courses that I put together for the bundle. And when I did the D&B part, I said, do not sign up for anything else. Do not sign. They're gonna
Nothing
call
else.
you. You don't need anything else that they have. The lawyer gonna call you. You can talk to them. All they want to do is sell you some stuff and tell you need to reformat your business. You need to go back in and change it
Oh
to
my
this.
God.
And it's usually this much, but we're only gonna charge you 1,200 this year.
Yeah,
So
that's
do not do it.
exactly.
It's
Yeah, and
such
then
a
now
waste
you
of time.
going maxing out your credit card, giving out $1,200 for someone that you didn't even need. You could have spent that $1,200 on merchandise or product
Anything.
or whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, it's but they
And
got so many people, and like I was mentioned, we offer that other certification back to Great Lakes side. The WOSB, which is the Woman Owned Small Business, just for you, so you know what the acronym is. That's for like your government contracting, right? So you can get that. You can get that certification. You can self-certify through the SBA.gov. Um, but the process of it is crazy, and it also it does that same thing. Like as soon as you put your account on there, you get all these people calling saying, "Oh, I can do it for 35." I had a woman spend $3,500. I'm like, the certification is free. It's a free certification. Now that certification is free, so you can go and get your WOSB. Depends on like, then that won't get you into like the stores. But if you have, I know a lot of my consultants that do like financial consultants. Some of them, they can go to the colleges and speak to the students or something like that. Though that certification helps for those types of contracts, right? So if you have, if you're in a certain area, I know there's like hub zones. So if you're in a certain area, especially in the city, you're in certain zip codes, they are saying like women-owned businesses within those particular zip codes are getting no work. So they go above and beyond to get those ladies some contracts, right?
mm,
But so you can get that certification for free, but doing so, all them people are going to be calling you, spamming your phone. So going through our organization, now you can't get that portion of the certification for free through us. You got to get the WBE. So you pay for one, you get both of them. It's pretty much how it goes, right? So you get two
okay.
for the price of one. Um, so that was just kind of keep those people from calling you and saying,
Hmm.
"Oh, oh, you need spend $5,000 and I'll get you your WOSB certification." It's like, no, I don't need to spend 5,000. My certification costs $200 with Great Lakes. I can pay $200 and get a WBE, so I can go after corporate stuff, and I can get a WOSB to go after government stuff. So like the people don't know, like they don't know what they don't know. So
Mm.
we just all try to just keep pushing, you know, like ask questions. People don't want to ask questions. They just want to go with the flow or just think they know or assume, and then
It's a
they end up
it's
coming out
sad too.
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
It's sad because a little bit of information can take you a long way and save you a lot of money. A little bit of information can save you a lot of money. And that's what you and like with me, I have a mentor. A lot of people are afraid to actually get mentors or coaches or anything like that because it make you seem like less of a person or less of a businessman.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I got a mentor when I literally looked up on him. He was in one of the groups and asked for a favor and he wanted somebody to train one of his virtual assistants, and I was like, "I'll do it." He was like, "Look, man, Imma pay you." I'm like, "That's cool." He like, "I'm just so busy and I can't." I said, "That's cool, man. I'll do it." And I did that, and I did even better than what he thought I was gonna do. And when we started talking, he was like, "Man, how long you been working with this software?" I said, "Man, about 90 days." He said, "About 90 days?" I said, "Yeah, I'm like a tech nerd. Like, I literally get into stuff. Like, once I get in it, I be like, I wanna know it. Like,
Right.
I don't wanna have a cell phone and only go on social media on it. Like, I wanna know what it could do." You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
with this particular credit repair software, I literally was, like, living in this software. So, as I'm training the virtual assistant, he asked me to record it, and I sent it to him, and he was like, "I can use this for my other virtual assistants." He was like, "Man, thank you." And anyway, we started from there. And to this day, he's never asked me for any money. In fact, he's made me money. Like, he's made me money. And you and just me being of service, even when he first posted it, it wasn't about me trying to make money off of him. I really wanted to train and show how to
Right.
work it and and actually do something. And I was looking for a way in with the different credit repair people because they've been around each other for a minute. And literally, man, me and dude talked on the phone the other day for like almost 2 hours. And just about business and different stuff. Now we talk about personal stuff, and he a little older than me. And just you get somebody in your business you could trust, man, because it'll save you so much money. And you can get a mentor without having somebody technically be your mentor. And what people don't understand, coming to you and paying you for a certification allows them to open up a line of communication for some other type of questioning.
Yep. But I am a mentor to a lot of people. I don't know how I've become a mentor, but I have. I mean, my somehow my personal phone number has gotten out, so I have WBEs texting me, calling me, asking questions, or hey, I'm thinking about letting my son take some ownership. I really need to know how to structure it right, so I'm not messing up my business or what I'm gonna be entitled to, or this is that and the third. So and then I have WBEs who they don't even know, but they are my mentors. Like, I'll call them, be asking questions, but I'm asking questions for me, right? But they may
That's
be
what's
thinking
up.
I'm asking it for another WBE, but I'm asking
Yeah.
questions for me. So they become my mentors too. So sometimes you have mentors and people that you don't even label as mentors, but if you got somebody that's on your side that you can call and just give you advice, good advice is
Yeah.
the key word. Good
Good advice. But you
advice.
know what's crazy? What I found in the last year or so we've been dealing with each other, I help him in some aspects too,
Yeah.
because I'm so new. I'm looking like I done already upgraded that from that particular program. I've already upgraded twice. I'm in the middle of my second upgrade from there. And because I go seek out the new things, like, okay, this is better than that. Like, and that's sometimes you can be in your business. Let's say you in your business 10, 15 years. You got your program set up, everything run a certain way. I'm so new that I'm not locked into that software. Like,
Hmm.
I don't owe them nothing. So when
Right.
the new software was coming, oh, this one better. I'm moving over there. And now it's a totally new one that just like came out like a month or so ago, and I upgraded to that. Like, and so when I talk to him about the things that's going on that's new and fresh. So he give me game, and then he know the people. Just today I had a conversation with a person about a different person, and without throwing dirt or whatever, they was just like, "Look, man, just do your thing." You know what I mean? Because you come into some type of aspect, and people actually been around these people longer than you. So you got to take advice. Like, yeah, man, you might want to just do your thing.
Yeah.
And with these the WBEs and everything, and like you say, sometimes the mentorship is more of a natural mentorship, and people need that. Like, I mentioned to you before, that I wanted to, start, making sure y'all get some people. And I have, like, I didn't know the price, whatever, but I'm sending people like, look, you should go talk to them. And people literally like running away. That's the
No.
reason why I wanted you on here. Like, let me get you on here so I can say, listen,
Right. Like,
this is
no.
who I'm sending you to. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to get you in front of the camera, like, this is who I'm sending you to, so I'm just glad you came tonight. And if there's anything else you want to talk about, it's on you. We can talk about it. I got what I needed, so I'm
Right.
just telling you, I got what
Yeah.
I need.
I think just everyone. in business, one thing you're always going to need to do is evolve, right? It's always changing. There's always room for you to learn something new. There's always room for you to learn something new. So, those are probably the most difficult people that I have to deal with. Is some of the ladies that get stuck in their ways. You can't tell them no different. They've been doing this type of business for this amount. It's been working for what it's been working for. And then they come and they're like, oh my God, like, yeah, I was stagnant at 15 million in revenue, but coming to you getting, starting to actually open up and allowing things to change, like I done shot up to 75 million. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, because you were doing the same thing over and over. The world is evolving, so your business have to evolve with it. So that's just if you take anything from today, get yourself certified. If you're not ready to get certified, at least join the council through the Michigan Women's Marketplace because it's free and it still allows you all of our like webinars that we have on that we've
Hmm.
recorded. So it's a lot of free knowledge through that program. And then connect with me. I'll give my contact information. I'll give my contact information for Sharice. I know me and Sharice have been on something else that you've done too. So she's my counterpart. She's my right hand man here in the Michigan office. The rest of my team is in Indiana. But Sharice, we go above and beyond. You got an event that you're gonna be at and you need someone to come and speak, or you need um someone to sit at your man your table while you go work the broom or whatever. Me and Sharice are those types of girls that you can call us and have us to come do that type of stuff. So you got a friend in me, like Woody.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's what I want to do going into the top of the year. I want to touch a different type of base. I want to make everything really like top of the line professional. Like I want to make sure that we getting the right crowd in the room. People that actually want to sign up, people that's actually interested. Not people that's just coming to be negative Nancy's and you know come with that type of energy. Like I want to get the right
yeah,
people in the room, and that's why I want, like I said, I wanted to make sure that I touch base with you early on right now. And it was we had a couple people on Marie Bentley. She actually asked about she run a tax service and she run a very successful tax service, and I'm putting something together to make sure I can work with her. And she asked about if you could help a tax service.
yeah. We have tax services that are certified, especially ones that do business tax. Um,
And she does.
if you specialize in business tax, we have so many of our WBEs, right? Again, they don't know. So a lot of them don't have anyone professionally doing their business taxes, and they're doing them themselves, or they've been using the same accountant for 1900 years and they didn't have a business when they started with that person. And so they're missing out on so many credits and stuff and things like that. So we definitely have tax preparers, financial advisors. We bring, like, depending on what her comfortable level is, we may have her come and do a webinar for some of our new WBEs coming in, just about like corporate tax laws and stuff like that. Like, there's many opportunities just other than getting certified through us. We do also bring in our WBEs to kind of share the knowledge, right? We have a mentorship program through us too. So that's like a planned mentorship. So not we have a natural ones that kind of happen, and then we have the planned ones where we say, okay, we got 16 new WBs that come in that are tax professionals. We have a huge tax office that is certified. They are mentorships. They do mentorships for a lot of our new WBEs coming in just to kind of help them get ready. So that may be opportunity that someone else that gets certified can tap into. But yes, we do certify, and there is a need for tax WBs, tax services WBs. So
That's what's up. So before we get out of here, go and give them your social media or the phone number, whatever you want to leave.
yes, my desk. I'm gonna give you my desk phone number.
Mhm.
It is 734-838-3867. You can actually find us. We're on Instagram at CERT. So CERT_girls GIRLZ. We're on Instagram. That would connect you. That's the easiest way to get in contact with one of the CERT girls, because all of us have that account linked to our phones. So if it ring, like, any of us can answer those. It has an underscore girls, cert underscore girls. Thank you so much. Um, and but Alvin has tagged me along the way in a lot of Facebook posts. So my personal stuff is VBaby 2012, just about on all platforms. Um, but on my professional side, we use our cert underscore girls, uh, our underscore girl stuff. So that would be the preferred method. And then just my email is vjohnson at Great Lakes WBC William Boy Charlie.org. And that I am, it is the holiday time, so I am in the office and out, like I'm in and out of the office for the pretty much the remainder of the year because we have so much time that we had taken with COVID and working from home. You don't really get to take vacation. So I'm trying to take some of these days off before the end of the year. But I'll be checking my email from time to time, or just shoot me, like I said, shoot me an inbox on one of those sites and I'll respond to you.
All right, y'all got my social media. Y'all on here, so it's at Chosen One Jackpot on everything, or Alvin Hills, my real name. Real Life Business Solutions, and we out, y'all. Y'all keep it solid, man, and definitely check in. And I'm next week. I already have the guest. Actually, that's who gonna be my guest, the tax specialist. So I'm gonna have her on next week, y'all. Y'all tune in. We gonna talk about taxes, and she love it. I can't wait to get her on here. It's like people about to get so much information, they gonna hate me.
Right. I need to make sure I'm on too.
No, listen, she is full of information, like notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of information. Like she is great at what she does. So I'm gonna have Marie Bentley on here next week, y'all. Tune in at 7 o'clock next Sunday. Thanks again to Veronica Johnson from Great Lakes Women's Council. Y'all check in, man. That's real life.